Welcome back to Wizarding Wiz. So today's video is actually going to be a two-part video for you, mainly because I couldn't actually record the video I had wanted to record today due to circumstances outside of my control. So I have a little bit of a game tip for you, and then I have a theory for you. So let's start with the game tip, shall we? Now, a lot of people have been asking me why the screen keeps spinning around in game and how to turn it off. Well, I discovered this just earlier tonight, actually. My wife helped me find it. And it's actually really simple to make it stop. All you have to do is go into your settings, which if you don't remember how to get there, or if you're new to the game, if you tap on the suitcase in the lower center of your screen, and then the little double cogwheel up in the top left of your screen, it brings you to your settings. Then you scroll down to this little function here called Map Camera Idle, and mine's actually off, but we'll flip it on, and then tap it again, and it's off, right? You back out and notice your screen does not move when your phone moves. Now, there is actually a little bit of a bug to this. If you go back up and you hit the little compass in the top right corner here on the map, it makes the screen move again. And it should, in theory, like in Pokemon Go, if you tap it a second time, lock the screen back in place. However, for some reason, it does not. So you actually have to go back into your settings and do it again. Turn it on, turn it back off, and you log back out to the main screen, and it stopped moving again. It's simple, it's easy. Just try not to hit that little compass in the corner. If you do by accident, it's easy to fix. Hopefully it's a bug that they will fix soon. Now, we're going to move on into the theory. So my wife asked me a very interesting question the other night, and it got my theory brain running. And that question was, if Severus Snape was a Death Eater, and Peter Pettigrew was a Death Eater, why, in Prisoner of Azkaban, was Snape so bent on getting Sirius rearrested and thrown back into Azkaban? And I think that I actually have the answer for that. In fact, I think I have two different answers, both of which could fit. Answer number one. Voldemort back then was a bit more cunning and a bit more, shall we say, careful and a bit more strategic on how he did things. We know from Igor Karkaroff's testimony in The Goblet of Fire that not all of the Death Eaters knew all of the other Death Eaters. He liked to keep certain names secret. Basically, so people like Karkaroff couldn't do exactly what he did, and that it was to turn other Death Eaters in once they themselves had been caught, or if they themselves had been caught. So that could easily explain, well, Voldemort never told Snape that Pettigrew was actually a Death Eater and a spy. The other fact could come in that maybe Snape did know that Pettigrew was the spy, but because technically it was Sirius Black's fault that Pettigrew was made Secret Keeper and thus gave the secret to Voldemort, leading to the death of Lily Potter, the only woman Snape ever loved, and Snape already having a grudge from childhood against Sirius drove him even more to hate Sirius and want to see him thrown back in Azkaban for a crime he maybe didn't commit. You also have to keep in mind that during this time, after the downfall of Voldemort, after the Potters were murdered, Sirius went after Pettigrew, knowing that Pettigrew had been the Secret Keeper and realizing that Pettigrew was the spy. Pettigrew then faked his own death, so everybody would believe that Sirius was in fact guilty. So, if Snape did know that Pettigrew was the spy after all, and that Sirius was actually innocent, he would still believe that Sirius had killed Peter Pettigrew, and of course would still blame Sirius for the death of Lily because it was his idea to make Peter Pettigrew the Secret Keeper instead of he himself, because Sirius even proclaims that he would have rather died than betrayed James and Lily, whereas Peter, a coward, was more than likely to give them up. So I think that Snape's hatred of Sirius, coupled with his grief of losing Lily, forces him to place the blame entirely on Sirius, making him want to make him pay and suffer for a crime that he didn't exactly commit, but maybe in Snape's mind had a backwards way of being at fault for. And so those are the answers to the question. Those are my two theories. Either A, Snape did not know that Peter was a spy because Voldemort kept it secret, or B, he did know but still blamed Sirius because it was Sirius's idea to use Peter. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Which one do you think is the reason why Snape was so insistent on capturing Sirius Black? Make sure that you hit that like button if you like the video, subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and make sure to check back on Friday for more awesome content. Until then, guys, stay safe and watch out for Dementors.